Pending home sales data and no whammies in the PCE data. That's what we're going to talk about this morning in today's Backstage Pass. Good morning, I'm James Lopez, president at HomeFi Corporation. So there were no whammies in the PCE data. PCE is personal consumption expenditure. It's the Fed's favorite measure of inflation that they kind of go by. And again, no whammies in that data this morning that came out. All of the data kind of fell in line with what was forecast. And as a result, the bond markets are really kind of quietly not reacting, which is nice, which is good. PCE data came in month over month at 0.344. Forecast was 0.3. And then year over year, PCE data came in at 4.9%, which was forecast. 4.9% was exactly what was forecast. Previous month, in the month of March, the data was at 5.2%. So there's actually a little bit of a cooling off on that, which is again, the bond markets are reacting very, very quietly to, which is nice. So speaking of the mortgage bonds and the bond markets, mortgage bonds are up right now at about 16 basis points at the time of recording. The 10-year yield is down about 3 basis points. And so we can see mortgage interest rates probably open maybe a little bit better than where they closed off yesterday. Now, yesterday we sent out an alert to lock. We said that, hey, there's some negative reprice risk. Some lenders, a handful of lenders, did reprice for the worse, but bonds recovered throughout the day, towards the end of the day, and so those lenders that repriced for the worst kind of fixed their pricing and repriced back for the better, because a vast majority of lenders did not reprice throughout the day yesterday. And so this morning we should see mortgage rates open a little bit better than where they closed off yesterday, or about the same depending on, lender to lender. Now, the stock futures were up at the time of recording. Stock futures were up pretty nicely, also on the PCE data. So we'll see how bonds react as the stock markets open, and what the stock markets do. Like we said a couple days ago, the bonds have been on the seesaw with stocks. So we'll see how bonds react to the stocks as they open, and we'll just let you know. But hopefully, we're cautiously optimistic that today is going to be a relatively quiet day for mortgage bonds and for interest rates. No repricing or anything like that. Again, hopefully, cautiously optimistic. In real estate news, the National Association of Realtors released their pending home sales data. Now, this shows data, this is signed contracts on existing homes. And month over month, pending home sales were down about 3.9%. It was expected that they would be down about 2%, so the data came in a little bit weaker. And then year over year, down about 9.1% year over year. Now, there's no doubt that higher interest rates and increased prices are having a little bit of effect on the demand. But look, when we take a look at inventory, there's no doubt that inventory is playing a major problem and being an issue in affecting this data, and part of the reason why the data is down. Now, speaking of inventory, as we look at inventory, right now the current inventory that's available on the market from the last reading is 1.03 million units for sale, available for sale, existing inventory. But when we take a look at active listings, the active listings are only coming in at 409,000. So why the disparity? Well, that's because existing inventory includes homes that are under contract already, includes homes that have a signed contract on them already. So when you look at the existing inventory of 1.03 million and the active listings of 409,000, it's only about 40% of existing inventory is actually available for sale. It's like going to a car lot, and whenever you go to count your inventory on your car lot and you count every car, including the ones that have the big sold sticker on it, well, the buyer hasn't come to pick up that car yet, so they're still counting that as inventory. But if you're looking at the car lot and you see a car that's sold, you're not going to go take a look at it. Same thing with houses. If you're looking at, if you're shopping for a house as a buyer and as a real estate agent representing a buyer, if you see a house that's pending, you're probably not going to put that one on your list to go show. Now, in this market, you might, because you never know. Many people are taking backup offers and things like that. So you might, because you never know. But generally speaking, if you see a house that's pending, you're not going to go take a look at it. Now, active sales or active listings data we have data that goes back all the way to 2016. So we're going to throw up a graph here so that you can take a look at active listings from 2016 versus active listings from today. Now, in 2016, there were 1.55 million active listings versus 2.11 million existing home inventory, meaning 73% of the homes counted as inventory were available for purchase. The other 27% had a contract on them or were pending. All right, today there are 0.41 million active listings versus 1.03 million existing home inventory. Again, that means that only 40% of the homes counted as inventory are actually available for sale. Now, this speaks to the fact that homes are selling fast, and as more inventory comes online, almost 90% of it is gone within 30 days. Now, based on active listings, there's much less available inventory out there than most people think, and it really speaks to the imbalance in actual supply versus demand. So on to the good news. As summer months come on, it's seasonally, there's always more inventory that becomes available during the summer months. It's just a seasonal thing. And so as more inventory comes online, that means that more transactions are going to be happening. We'll have more inventory to sell. There'll be more transactions that are taking place. But listen, let's control what we can control. First of all, let's stay positive, number one. Stay positive. And let's put in that little bit of extra work, a little bit of extra elbow grease. Let's go find those buyers, find those listings that are out there, find those borrowers that are actively looking. Call past clients that you've talked to already that maybe bought from you several years ago that might be interested in selling, or call those past clients that you've already pre-qualified and say, hey, how's the home search going? We can control what we can control, and that is how hard we work. Let's put in that little bit of extra elbow grease, and let's get out there and let's get going. Now, that's all that we have for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I want to say thank you to all of those that have served our country. Thank you to their families, and thank you to those that have laid their lives down on the line and paid the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of our country. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.